boy.
To clinch her second title of the season. Indeed. Brandon. There it is. Nice. Bang.
Winning shot. Simo.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you back to Smyrna Bowling Center. It is the 2025 PWBA Greater Nashville Regional, and we have 4 top competitors set to duke it out here for a spot inside the regional showdown, which will take place in December, and $1,900 on top to the first place winner. Emil Williams Jr. alongside 5-time champion and major champion on the PWBA Tour, Stephanie Johnson, Curtis Von Kruger on the 1s and 2s, and Stephanie, just like any other situation qualifying, it comes down to game number 8. Madison Coloulston was on the run. She got hot late, ends at +6. Wasn't quite sure if that was going to be enough. It certainly was, and now she finds herself in the opening match. She will take on Isabel Allen of nearby Nashville by way of Vanderbilt, but of course of England, as Brooke Roberts, Jessica Ernest are top 2 seeds respectively. But how about the run from Coloulston?
It was absolutely incredible, you know, and it's a testament to exactly what we talk about, that it's really never over till it's over. You know, I did chat with her a little bit before they got going here, and she just said she just kind of tried to stay within her process. The lanes got a little tricky, and she just decided to move far enough left away from the track area where everybody else was playing, and it seemed to work in her favor.
That was the final announcements given by Robin Graves as we will get underway. Isabel Allen, the higher seed, the number 3 seed. She is elected to begin the match against Coloulston. First shot from Izzy. And a 2-8.
It looks like she's going with a stronger asymmetrical ball. If I'm not mistaken, that's the Ion Max, which it doesn't seem like, according to my notes, she threw very much during qualifying. But, you know, as we can kind of explain to the viewers, that happens often, you know, especially when it comes down to, you know, freshly oiled pair. There's less people going to be on it, essentially less games. So you just have to make that decision and commit to it.
All right, good spare to start.
Solid conversion right there. Those are not easy.
And now to Madison Coloulston. Coloulston, a current student. She is a graduate student at the University of Alabama, Birmingham. Her head coach, Michelle Cruz, has been watching all day long. We even had to provide the radio play-by-play because she was off camera for the last game.
That's right.
Good look at Coloulston there. She performed beautifully. I'm sure there's such a thing as the old first shot stepladder jitters, perhaps.
Oh, gosh. Emil, those don't go away. You know, but listen, I've personally been fortunate enough to be on my share of stepladders, and it's just kind of what you hope for. You know, you hope to be in that position to give yourself a chance to win. Obviously, these 2 girls have quite a few games to bowl to get to the top, but at the end of the day, you can't win it unless you're in it. So I know there's 51 other ladies that would love to be right here in front of us.
You have the number 2 seed, also local to the area. Jessica Ernest, a 4-time All-American at Vanderbilt, now working in human resources at Vanderbilt. And the top seed is Brooke Roberts, who is already a regional champion here this season. She's looking for title number 2, also from the top spot.
Absolutely.
Bang, great shot.
That was a great shot. great follow-up to the first one. You know, maybe take an extra second.
Alan, you know, I'm not much of an apparel person per se, but this jersey color combination for Izzy is pretty snazzy. Solid green and white combo.
Nothing wrong with simplicity.
Would explain her game too, but that was, oh, well, that's a lot of 9 right there. That's the
Absolutely.
best 9 you could ever have in your life after that.
It is, you know, and makes you wonder, you know, what's going through her head. You know, a couple errant shots, so to speak, a little left off her hand, you know, maybe getting a little fast. Just need to take an extra second, kind of reset, really go through your process. Most definitely don't want to rush it. But yes, that is a lot of 9 count.
Those are the type of shots you don't normally see from an Izzy Allen.
Just goes to show, too, we're human, right?
Look out.
Ooh, there we go. She wasn't so sure about that. Got the big little eyeballs going. Both of them are clean. They're 2 frames. Always the goal.
Izzy did bowl some stops on the national tour this season. She was looking for the very rare 3 titles for 3 different schools in regards to college bowling national titles, that is. Won a national title with McKendree, then moved with Shannon and Brian O'Keefe to Jacksonville State, up and won the title there.
Right.
And then had was a graduate transfer to Vanderbilt and almost got to the Final Four. They lost in the regional final. Good shot.
Much better shot.
There are 2 Bowl TV giveaways here tonight. The first one actually will be next, right at the conclusion of this match here. We'll give one Brunswick bowling ball and one Emotive bowling ball away as a look at Allen. And those are the shots that she made a lot here today.
Absolutely. And got rewarded for.
Coloulston, who shot 225 in game 8 to sneak into the number.
A little light, maybe overcompensated a little bit from the previous shot on this lane. You never know. But can be a tricky spare too. You know, there's lots of ways to chop this, but hopefully she just gets the ball just to the right of the 4-pin for an easy conversion.
And textbook there.
Hard to miss it when your ball hits both of them, you know?
Certainly the best way you'd love to do it. Mentioned UAB, and that's where Madison Coloulston attends, but she wasn't the only team member to participate in today's regional. She was joined by Savannah Schneider and Madeline Oliva.
Yes, I did see both of them. That's always fun when you can hit the lanes with your teammates, even though you're bowling against them.
Left lane seems like a charm so far for Coloulston.
Yeah, good shot.
Thank you to Curtis Von Kruger. He's on the 1s and 2s and has been all day. He's our producer and also expert in lighting. He lit the set.
It looks amazing.
Just like that
Just
shot
gotta say.
from Coloulston. Thank you to Sean Flannery here as well. He is the general manager here at Smyrna Bowling Center.
Yes, the hospitality has been awesome.
And now trouble has found Allen. Doesn't look quite comfortable yet, Steph.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. I mean, obviously, the shot making is probably subpar in her opinion as well. Certainly a makeable spare, but probably not what you would choose to be shooting at if you had the choice. I would venture to say maybe a ball change here coming up sooner than later. Might be going through her head. We'll see.
Looking at the 2-4-10 here. It's online.
Not a chance.
And there it is.
That's about as textbook as it comes, if you ask me. Let's check it out again. There you go. 2-pin into the 10, no doubt.
Izzy went through a moment on 31 and 32. Actually, I think it was game 8, where she lost. Well, she didn't lose the grip, but one of her finger grips came out of the bowling ball and remained on her finger.
Yeah, it was game 8.
So she spent some time, in that frantic mode of, trying to glue it back together. Got a little bit of help, some extra glue, and then went up and made the 5-6. I think
it was. Absolutely was.
And another good 8. Now, Steph, in this moment, right? She doesn't look comfortable, of course, as you said, and it's clear, right? She's not throwing the best shots that she could be making. But she's doing a good job of navigating all of that, and certainly still within this match. I got to give her props early on for that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's always interesting, though, the thoughts going through your head, because a lot of times we as bowlers, we think it's us, like I'm just physically off, which very well could be the case. But oftentimes, too, the ball kind of creates some of that as well. If we're not seeing the motion we want to see, we're trying to create it, which may or may not be the case. But to your point, she's filling frames. She's certainly within reasonable distance. We're talking a few pins at this point. So. See if Madison can capitalize over here on this right lane and catch a double. That would put her in the driver's seat even more.
Didn't quite stick the landing there.
Takes a deep breath, kind of knows she may have gotten a little fast. Missed her target a little left. 3, 6, 9, 10. That's a tough one.
There's a look at the pattern. 45 feet, 26 mils. It's been a challenge. Track has been prominent. When we got to game 8, we saw a lot of hook around 10, about 35 feet down lane.
Yeah, and I want to note also that it's terrain in both tanks, which a lot of people don't really take into account the type of oil, but that's the thickest oil that there is on the kegel side. So you'll probably often see going to cleaner balls just to get through that front part of the lane too as they transition. Tough open there. That's a tough spare. Just got to regroup here.
First sign of trouble for Coloulston, who more or less, right, has had the better look, quote unquote, in comparison to Allen. But Izzy has done a great job of obviously remaining clean. This has been the good lane, though, for Madison. When you compound the open, and she got one a little bit further right, looked like down lane on her good lane, and now the 2-4-8-10.
Yeah. Just a combination of a couple things and end up paying full price for it. It's certainly makeable. I mean, I do love seeing this spare converted. So we'll see if
Have you made this?
if she can. I have made it. Not on a TV show.
Oh, let's see if Coloulston can do it the hard way. All right, she'll take count, though. And just like that, a match that felt like Madison was in full control of. Now
Back-to-back
trails.
opens.
And Izzy just kind of quietly working through the things she needs to get through to make the best shots that she possibly can. Now finds herself with a lead.
Yeah, and that's just how quickly it can change. you know, obviously the game is by no means over, so anything is possible. But I would venture to say a better shot from Izzy here with maybe what she feels like is a little more breathing room.
That's decent. Good.
Lucky with the 2 pin.
That's a
The
good
10 pin
2-pin.
could have easily been there. You know, my opinion, I almost feel like that's too strong of a ball. And like I said, it's not a ball that she mentioned that she had thrown during qualifying, which, of course, doesn't mean she can't throw it now. But, you know, obviously something in practice she saw that she felt like this was the ball to start with. So may just continue to fill some frames and see where we end up with the match.
All right, another quality spare for the 23-year-old. And from England. I was here actually for her final home event, which was the Music City Classic. That is Vanderbilt's, excuse me, home tournament. It's in this very building. And her parents actually were able to make it.
Oh,
To see, I believe, her sister as well as her nephew were also here.
that's awesome.
No, they don't get a chance to see.
She's had quite a collegiate
here much.
career. just,
Absolutely.
with her own individual accolades and then her teams that she's been a part of.
Absolute stellar collegiate career. Now working in a graduate degree, part of the coaching staff now at Vanderbilt. All right, light mixer goes in the 7th.
Well, Madison is definitely going to need some help, which she is well aware of. Anything is possible. This
That's
is her last year at UAB. She mentioned to me she's planning to move back home to Largo, Florida, which is on the West Coast. And she wants to teach.
Florida, you're saying.
Correct, the West Coast of Florida. Yes. And she wants to teach, so good for her. I'm sure that'll be amazing.
Oh, that's a good break. She lost just a hair of leverage. It's the second time on the right lane. Like, just didn't quite stick the landing. You can tell it's just enough.
Got away with it, because that was another possible 2-4-8-10, but they all fell down.
Again, this was the good lane. Went strike in the 2nd, strike in the 4th. Got one going a little wide in the 6th. Very important double here.
She did tell me that staying patient was key for her, so I'm sure that's going through her head.
Got a hook. Bang, there it is.
Yeah.
3 of 4 on the left lane.
Much needed double. And she knows it. No doubt.
Great shot. And now to Izzy, who has yet to double, but it feels like if she does, she would have just full control of this match.
Would certainly be helpful.
Full use of the approach for the tall frame. Maybe on the 10, no. In fact, associate head coach for Vanderbilt, Josie Barnes, is here. She gets the dual threat today. She gets to watch a former player, and she gets to watch her sister compete.
Yes.
In the next match, and hopefully the title match.
Yeah, I mean, that has to be a proud full circle moment, right? I mean, supporting a former player, sister, it's pretty awesome.
Jessica is down on the warm-up pair. She will face the winner of this match between Allen and Coloulston.
Ooh. She knew she had it when she had it.
There's a lot of exhales going on here in this opening match. All right, the situation here for Izzy.
A one-pin match, essentially. I mean, obviously, depends what Madison does here, both of them for that matter, but essentially one pin if they both strike out.
216 for Allen Max, 217 for Coloulston Max. Starts with the heels right at the back of the approach, as you can see there, bottom corner.
Yep.
There it is. Best shot of the match so far.
It's a great shot.
But it may not matter, as Coloulston now controls her destiny.
She's in the driver's seat. And definitely needs this one. She also mentioned to me that she plans to bowl a lot of the national tour next year. So that's exciting.
Needs it. Oh. Good shot, probably the best shot she's felt on that lane in particular. Sent some pins over there, they did not connect.
Ugh. Those are so defeating. Such a false sense of hope.
There were a lot of messengers I saw today, but many did not connect. Hang on. Get a smile from Madison.
Yep, she's got some cheerleaders over here to our right. Certainly cheering her on. Always nice to hear and see.
Now the possibility of a tie does exist. But Coloulston first needs all 3 in the 10th to make that even a possibility. We'll get her to 196. We'll force Allen to get the first one in the 10th. This is her good lane. Still is.
That's a great shot. Just take a deep breath, you know, reset. That's about all you can do.
When you get one lane a little better than the other, how much more is it a focus you have to have on the other lane, if you will?
I mean, I don't know the percentage, but you almost feel like it's twice as much, you know, where you might feel like there's a little more wiggle room for error on one side, not the other. Or maybe it's just you physically.
Need some help. Knew that one was left. Spare here gets her to 186. So Izzy now will need a mark of any kind to advance to face Jessica Ernest. All in all, minus frames 5 and 6.
Solid game.
It's a well-bowled game.
Yeah.
Again, 9 out here for Allen would be 184. So a mark is necessary, and someone's food is also ready.
Absolutely.
And the mark of any kind for Allen.
That looks all right.
Okay, that was a bucket for about a second.
To me, that validates that that ball is too strong. You know, what I'm seeing is that throw specifically looked to be on line to possibly where she was wanting it to be. But maybe just a smidge too strong.
Must make the spare. Double dribble. but it's all good.
In the right spot.
Vanderbilt's got a pretty decent women's basketball team too, so it's okay. We'll take some double dribbles.
She's tall enough. She could play, I'm sure.
All right, she'll need to stay behind the foul line and get one. Reminder, the Brunswick bowling ball giveaway is on its way. Again, Brunswick bowling ball, the giveaway is coming up next after the conclusion.
And here's what's interesting. This is where I would probably try a different ball. Just to see. But not everybody does that, so.
196 to 186. First match is in the books. Nice job by Madison Coloulston. Look forward to seeing her on the national tour because she's got the talent.
She did bowl the Cleveland swing last year and cashed 2 out of 3. So.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
She is certainly excited for that opportunity to do it more.
Like this season.
This
or,
past
I'm sorry,
season.
That's right. She
yeah,
sure did.
2025. So good for her. You know, and that's kind of the advice we tell everybody. It's like, this is kind of that feeder system to the national tour stop.
All right, folks, let's get you set and ready to go for the Brunswick bowling ball giveaway. But first, we got a couple of bills to pay.
All right.
We'll hear a word from Kegel, our official lane maintenance provider, and also Lane Talk.
Exciting news.
We now have a pro subscription
for bowlers who really want to take their game to the next level.
The biggest thing, you can tag and label each game.
Whenever you use a ball, whatever oil pattern that you're on,
You can now track the ball's performance and compare balls side by side.
it is incredibly powerful and it is going to help you analyze your game.
Boom! Try Lane Talk Pro free for 1 month. Upgrading the app, and we'll see you on Lane Talk.
All right, welcome back to live action here at Smyrna Bowling Center. It's the 2025 PWBA Greater Nashville Regional. Emil Williams Jr. alongside 5-time PWBA champion, 1-time major winner Stephanie Johnson. And we've got ourselves a great match coming up. Jessica Ernest will take on Isabel Allen. But before we can get to that, it is time for our first bowling ball giveaway of this stepladder. It is brought to you in part by Brunswick. Thank you to Brunswick. Another proud USBC and PWBA Gold partner. They are the leader in bowling balls, shoes, equipment, and apparel. Find out the latest products, promotions, and news from Brunswick and shop online at brunswickbowling.com or through your local pro shop today. All right, make sure you're out of full screen mode so you can see the lower third prompts. The first lower third prompt is on the screen. It'll say a giveaway will begin soon. Watch here to participate. Once the countdown is complete, you will see an additional countdown. And that will simply tell you to submit entry. All you have to do is click where it says submit entry, and you will be entered to win. Okay? You will be entered to win a Brunswick bowling ball giveaway. I cannot tell you that you're going to win.
But you can't win unless you're in.
As Stephanie Johnson wonderfully said. So please heed her advice.
That's right.
Once you see submit
click
entry, it's in red with white letters. It's like a bullseye. That's your target.
It's a good pop-up.
It is a good pop-up.
And click it. Just click it, okay?
Yeah, this one does not include any, adware and such. All those bad things that generally come with pop-ups. And get some points. That's right, Juan. Hello to David, Tabitha, Leslie, Kathy, and everyone else in between. Hope all of you are doing well. I can say also that things look to be are A-okay here. There seems to be some issues with folks being able to watch cleanly. But I can say we are clean from this arena here. Now, I did see Izzy put a different bowling ball on the rack. Whether or not she will win it or use it is the question.
She did. That is a ball she did mention to me, her Zen 25. And we'll see how or if it goes down the lane.
Congratulations to Rhonda. And if that's Rhonda who's been watching all day with her husband Monty, that is well deserved. If it's
Awesome.
not that Rhonda, you too are a winner, and congratulations. Thank you for watching here on,
Go Rhonda.
on Bowl TV. We've got Brunswick bowling balls for all Rhondas. That's not true. Just a joke. With that said, so Steph, if you are Izzy, what are you thinking heading into this next match against Jessica Ernest? Again, solely based on how the first match went, in a situation where for the first 4 to 5 frames, it looked like maybe she was not going to be on the winning end of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think she got a little more comfortable towards the end of the match. You know, but it still comes down to shot making. Obviously, Isabel kept it clean, which is what got her the win. Madison had some unfortunate breaks in the middle of her game. But, you know, I think she's going to kind of probably just stick to her process. And she is starting with the ball she ended with.
Ernest is the
And
number
here we
2
go.
seed. She chose to allow Allen to begin the match.
So she will obviously finish the end of the match after Jessica. So it's always interesting to me to see the choices, you know, whether it's offense or defense is here nor there. But, you know, some people don't want to be up in the 10th frame knowing what they need to make if they need to make a shot. You know, maybe put the pressure on somebody else.
That 6-pin that lazily went down for Isabel Allen. First shot here for Jessica Ernest. It's in human relations or resources, excuse me, at Vanderbilt. Bang. Right out of the gates. We got the dogs represented on the jersey. You can see that on our lane side cam.
And if I'm not mistaken, when I chatted with her prior to our match, she had just drilled this ball yesterday, the Venom Black, and just decided to bring it. I could be wrong. I am wrong. It is the Raptor Rain. I'm mistaken.
She still could have drilled them both.
She drilled both of them. But yes, you are absolutely correct. That is the new Raptor Rain that she's throwing.
The Jackal Onyx was.
And sometimes that's just how it goes.
Yeah, another
You
one
know,
that.
brand new ball, new drilling. Sometimes works, sometimes doesn't.
She gave that one the old look right there. 2-8 for Jess, the 4-time All-American. Husband Ethan here watching along against sister Josie is here. Josie had an incredible season, a player of the year type of season, winning the Queens and, of course, the Anniversary Open held at the Resch Center in Green Bay. A wonderful arena finals.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good spare. And a couple of 2-8s converted.
Yeah, those are tough spares. I don't, you know, it's probably not what I would choose to be shooting at.
If you joined us late, this is match number 2 here, the Step Ladder Finals of the Nashville Regional. Winner will advance to directly to match play at the Regional Showdown should they accept their invitation, which is held in December in Sanford, Florida.
Just outside of Orlando.
That showdown includes to the champion a cash prize, but their national tour entry fees covered as Allen doubles.
Early double. You can tell she's feeling more comfortable. Executing a little more online.
Sometimes it takes a few frames, as you mentioned, but also being able to take advantage, right? Because again, the way things started, she could have easily have been on the losing end of the opening match and not have this opportunity. And so now you get a few more frames to settle in, settle down, get comfortable. Also, you know, this is a different environment, right? This is a collegiate player who spent plenty of time.
Correct.
With team is behind you. Now stepladder finals where it could be the most solo feeling.
One for all, right?
And you certainly would know all about that.
Yeah, and you know, I think that's maybe one of the most hardest transitions for the girls coming out of college into this type of scenario is they're going from being a team player, so to speak, to now 100% individual player, you know, and sure, you may have the support of your teammates behind you, you know, maybe when you're not competing against them. You know, there's a bunch of people in the crowd that are obviously supporting them. But when you're bowling against them, you know, it's kind of one for all. And I think that's a hard transition. I personally didn't have to go through it since, unfortunately, the tour wasn't around. But you see it, you can see it in some people more than others. We're still clean, which is a good thing.
Jess has made a couple of regional shows. Certainly would love nothing more than to drive the 25 to 30 minutes home.
Yeah.
With a trophy.
See her pups.
See the pups. A few extra dollars.
It's a good Sunday's work.
Need that one to lay off, and now 3, 6, 9, 10 looks right down at the old at the foul line there. Trying to match up if where she slid was the target line.
Yeah, and it's easy to get your ball offline if you know, maybe you don't feel secure with the approaches. I know early on they were a little tackier than they are now, which happens often sometimes. The temperature in the building, the temperature outside.
Top seed Brooke Roberts now on the warm-up pair. She is awaiting the winner. Needs some help. Will not get it. All right, first open frame here for Ernest and first open for either of the competitors here.
That 3, 6, 9, 10's got them both. That's a tough one.
Both have been on the right lane. Madison
They have.
Coloulston missed hers as well on lane 30.
It's most definitely not the spare anybody would choose to shoot.
Ernest 34 again from Hermitage. Had good tempo. Got the ball speed slower and controlled today. She never really got out of the zone, and I'm saying from around, like, I would say 8 to 12-ish. Good shot. Nice bounce back.
Yeah, that's kind of what she mentioned to me today. You know, this ball that she's throwing, newly drilled yesterday with some pin-up layout, and then kind of as the day went on, she went to something a little cleaner so she could move further to the right, away from where a lot more traffic was. So it was interesting to hear the girls' game plans. A lot of them went left of it. Some of them went to the right. Just got to kind of figure out what matches best to you and what your eyes like to see, and obviously what you can repeat.
Trying to run the step ladder, control the pocket is Allen. That one is right, and a washout. And she rolled her eyes at that one. I understand why.
Yeah, you know, we can't. If we could get a take back, Emil, that would be one she would absolutely just say, oops,
mulligan.
let me do that again. Those are the shots, you know, like when you miss right, you hope it misses even further right so you don't wash out, ideally, but it comes back just enough to leave the 10.
Made the 2-4-10 in the opening match.
Ideally, that's what won her the match, you could say.
This one could do it too. No. Head pin right in front of the 10.
Well, here we are. We're sort of back to even.
And just like that, bowling, a fickle game.
Hashtag humbling.
Watch the head pin just lay right there.
And I bet it's actually further than we think it
Sure.
is, but to our eyes, it looks like it's right there.
Had a little bit of space in front.
Yeah.
See a good portion of this venue. Front counter, a lot of banners around. 52 lanes here at Smyrna Bowling Center.
It's a much
Bang.
better shot. And a much better result. If it was as simple as just hitting the repeat button, bowling would be a lot easier.
That one went through the pins the way you'd love to see just about every time.
Yep. Straight back through the 8, 9. Let's see if Jessica can answer.
It's got a chance. There it is.
Another one. Really good shot. You watch both of their balls go through the pocket and then go straight back through the 8, 9. That is what every bowler strives for. Don't get me wrong, we'll take the sloppy ones too.
A light mixer never hurt nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Looking for 3 in a row. No, and pays the ultimate price, 4, 7, 10. Every time Jess gets a little bit of momentum,
Yeah.
Zaster starts to strike.
She might have just got that just a smidge left to target. Might have been a little slow. Definitely paid the full penalty for it.
Maybe.
Good attempt.
Again, the winner of this match will face top seed Brooke Roberts for the Nashville regional title. We will also have one more bowling ball to give away as well prior to the title match. And it will be courtesy of Motive. Allen in the 6th.
There's those light shaker.
Send it.
Thank you, and move on.
Izzy's got a very calming presence about her. And I tell you, obviously, you know, and I know from this chair, you know from being the player.
Mm-hmm.
But having the right attitude goes a long way, generally speaking. Man, she just looks like it's difficult for her to kind of get flustered.
And that's not a bad trait, you know, because when it becomes an emotional game, then it becomes a lot harder. You could probably say that about any sports, but she definitely has a even keel about her, at least today.
Triple. And she, from the start, folks, and for those of you who watched the opening match know, the first 5 frames or so for Izzy were not her best. She got through the match against Coloulston, and this game, certainly without a doubt, she has thrown more great shots.
Absolutely. And gotten rewarded for them as well.
Jess with her work cut out for her. Gonna need some help here.
Just got that left to target. Not a lot of hold there. Makeable spare. Just take her time.
Her
You
niece.
can certainly see the difference between the two as far as the way they wear their emotions, which one is not better than the other. Obviously, we all handle ourselves differently. But you can see, you know, that Jessica was, you know, visibly flustered, and rightfully so.
When I was a good bowler, back in my day.
Which was when, Emil?
About 20 years ago.
Okay. That's fair. When we were in college.
Yep. I was, I had like all of the things, like Izzy, okay, just kind of cool. And then as I developed a little bit more, I started to show a few more emotions.
Yeah.
Didn't change anything, but it was just my way of, I had to let it go immediately. Ball change there for Jess. And, well, you're talking about the ultimate price there.
I'll go back to what I said earlier on during qualifying. When you know your back is against the wall and your opponent is in the driver's seat, you have to take a risk. And obviously, Jessica felt like the ball she was using was maybe not correct, whatever her eyes were seeing. But then, of course, paid full price for the ball change. But you have to take that chance when you feel like there's nothing left. Sounded like a snake.
I think it was the arcade change machine.
Possibly.
Jess now with 181 max. And of course, Allen working on a triple, looking for more. That one is left and gets out of trouble.
Out of trouble? I mean, a lot higher speed, so the ball stayed online a lot longer.
And don't forget, folks, our championship match, excuse me, as I'm looking at the Ion Max, is on its way.
Right around the corner here.
Brooke Roberts looking for regional title number 2 of the season. Brooke Roberts defeated Carson Lukosius, which most people cannot do at the regional level. And that's
She's
just
a tough
the
one.
honest to God truth. And so that says a lot about what Brooke Roberts did. And now she also, by the way, Brooke, won as the number 1 seed earlier in March. And so she will try to do that again here in October. Nine on the first shot for Izzy. And she will be advancing to the title match.
It's a good feeling knowing you have 2 frames to kind of fill that amount of pins.
Didn't like it? We'll take it.
Yeah. You know, the alternative is unfortunately what happened to Jessica. She didn't miss by enough to go Brooklyn, just enough to get 4. So that's bowling in a nutshell. You know, it depends what side of the equation you're on, you know. That's a much better shot.
There's the smile. And, of course, there, you just can't help but smile after leaving the 9-pin. It's another really good event for Jess, who finished 3rd in Rockford a couple of years ago. She will have another 3rd-place finish, this time in Nashville.
And listen, nothing to hang your head over. You know, you could argue the same about Summer Jasmine. You know, you keep knocking, you keep knocking. At some point, there will be a breakthrough.
Ted frame coming up for Ernest, her dad, or both of her parents, I should say. Got Jessica and Josie involved in bowling. Their parents owned Vandalia Bowl when they were kids, all the way up, I think into their early adulthood.
That sounds about right. So certainly exposed to it very early on, and that obviously shows.
Both Josie and Jessica always share photos of them as as young tykes bowling in PWBA Pro-Ams and bowl with the pros.
I always see the picture circulate of them with Liz Johnson, which I just adore, you know, because I often use the analogy, it's like the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, where we are just all so connected, you know, maybe not directly, but a couple people, you know, and it's such a small knit community that it's just pretty cool to be a part of it. We got a ball change from Izzy. Match is already won, of course, just to see something different.
Ball is super clean.
And that's what she mentioned she went to when her other ball, which was her physics blackout, wasn't giving her the shape that she was looking for. Went to a cleaner symmetrical piece and went a little further left and got her out of trouble, which is half the battle.
All right, 2 for 2 is Isabel Allen, 201 to 146. She will advance to face top seed Brooke Roberts.
Round of applause for our third place finisher, Miss Jessica Ernest.
Roberts is from Port Orange, Florida, and she will take to the lanes next. We've got our second and final bowling ball giveaway courtesy of Motive, and we will have that for you when we return after a word from another Proud to Go partner known as Storm. You're watching the 2025 PWBA Greater Nashville Regional right here on Bowl TV.
What is it about bowling that captivates us so much? Mastery of the game is impossible, but perfection is just within reach. Success seems to lie 60 feet ahead, but the real battle takes place 6 inches between your ears. So if no matter how many times you fail, you would still do anything, and I mean anything, just to get 1% better. We know exactly how you feel.
All right, folks, giveaway is underway. Get out of full screen mode so you can see the lower third prompts. Again, get out of full screen so you can see the lower third prompts. Once you see the countdown, the first one is underway. The second one will then tell you to click submit entry, and that is all you have to do to be entered to win, again, a Motive bowling ball, courtesy of our friends again at Motive. In fact, Jessica Ernest just gave you a little bit of a preview on a couple of them. So thank you to all of our Go partners again, Kegel, Lane Talk, Storm, Brunswick, as well as Go Bowling. As we watch the warm-up shots here from one Brooke Roberts, former All-American at Maryland Eastern Shore. She has what I would call no doubt, right? She has no doubt with respect to the talent level that she could get to and eventually will win a national title, and has already accomplished the things at the regional perspective as well, in the regional level. I mentioned Carson Lukosius and Brooke Roberts defeating Carson to win her title in Albany earlier in the season, back on March 16th. But, you know, Carson last year was someone who, you know, she won 3 times, I believe, and finished second the other time. Every championship final that Carson makes, she makes every show, makes every final, and either finishes first or second. With that said,
That's a pretty stealthy stat.
it is, but from this perspective, Brooke could be the first player to win multiple regional titles this season.
Okay.
And Gary on the kick drum. Come. On the kick drum. That's Gary.
That's Gary. Go, Gary. You want a bowling ball? Right?
You guys seen the movie The Breakup?
I was singing my own tune, okay? I mean, nobody wants to hear me sing. Trust me. We want people tuning in, not tuning out.
That is correct. And we want them to tune in for this title match. And we saw a little bit of Brooke today, of course, throughout the 8-game qualifier. Last week in Minnesota, she had a tough final game that ended up edging her out of the top 4. This week she gets it done. Take a look at what bowling balls she's throwing here. Now she's going to be, I guess.
I could be wrong, but she mentioned to me she was throwing her Ion Pro, which I will tell you in 2 seconds when it comes out. She was, that's absolutely the Ion Pro.
She looks to be the furthest left, or would be the furthest left. But Coloulston was in the same zone. Madison Coloulston, who was the 4th seed.
That looks pretty good, if you ask me. She did mention that to me when I had a little chat with her, that she wanted to be a little further left. She felt like the asymmetrical balls gave her more room for error, which of course is a good thing. And it seems like she's going to be sticking with that game plan.
For our giveaway winners, by the way, if you've heard this before, which you probably have, give it about 7 to 14 business days, and you should hear some communication from the Bowl TV marketing team. I know many of you have said you haven't received any communications. Make sure you check the spam and or junk folders in your email inboxes. If you don't hear anything, reach out to marketing@bowl.com.
Who's going to walk away right here, right now? Smyrna Bowling Center. Give these ladies a huge round of applause for the 2025 Greater Nashville Regional.
All right, here we go.
That is the one and only Robin Graves sending us off to our final title match here. Who's going to take it away? Got Isabel Allen starting the match again. She doing her thing to run the ladder.
Rung by rung. Allen. Bang.
That's how you want to start every match right there.
I won't say that she looks like a new bowler, but
there's a confidence.
Certainly near the end of match 1, and I think just the exhale of winning the match when she wasn't throwing it her best, obviously, right?
Clawed her way through a couple of those, you know.
Goes a long way to the confidence, and certainly what it could do for the Commodores, the team used to seeing, professional champions come through that program. Izzy trying to be the next. But first, it's Brooke Roberts. And Maryland Eastern Shores had their fair share of PWBA champions as well. Brooke Roberts, the top seed from Port Orange, Florida. And if you are an animal lover like Brooke Roberts, you will enjoy what she does for a living. She is a veterinary tech.
She is. I asked her if she had any plans to be the actual veterinarian. She said, well, possibly, but for now I'm enjoying it. I'm not sure I want to go back to school for all of that, but more power to her if she does.
Uh-oh, look out, look out, look out.
Okay.
The old 1-2, I'm sorry, the 1-3-6, I beg your pardon.
Yeah, that was an
Seeing it
unfortunate
the other way.
miss.
For righties. Yep, rookie mistake here. All right, 1-2-4 taken care of.
All right. You don't really shoot that every day as a right-handed bowler, but you could argue it's just thrown at the pocket.
Now over to Allen. Isabel with a working on the degree in medicine. No, her degree is in medicine, health, and society. Right? Her
And I
master's
asked
degree?
her, what does that mean? She said, well, I'm not really sure that I'm even going to do anything with it. Which I chuckled because I can relate. My undergrad is in criminal justice.
Is it really?
It is. And I haven't done anything with that, Emil. Now, my master's degree is communications. So I've 100% used that.
All right.
Easy spare conversion right there. So we are even through 2. Lots of game left.
If you joined us late, the recap: Isabel Allen, number 3 seed, Madison Coloulston, number 4 seed. That was our opening match. Allen got through a couple of tough frames, won the match 196 to 186, as he then went on to defeat Jessica Ernest 201 to 146 in the semifinals, and now the championship match. What a shot.
Like to see it, right? Shot for shot. I mean, 6-pin was the late to fall, wasn't it, huh? Great shot. See if Brooke can answer. She tripped a 4-9 previously on this lane, if she might make a slight adjustment.
Both players start with their heels on the back silver baseboard area there.
Yeah.
Good break there. 10-pin does fall, just a 4-pin.
Yep. Still a little bit high. I would imagine next time she's up on this lane, she'll make another little adjustment if she felt like she threw that one good.
After this spare attempt, I would like to hear your thoughts. Let us know what you enjoy about kind of Brooke's game and watching it here as the top seed looks for her second regional championship.
I really like the simplicity of her game, but she's powerful at the same time. Nothing specifically stands out to me. This is my first time meeting her. And she's from my home state, Port Orange, Florida. That's on the East Coast. For those of you that are familiar with Florida.
The Floridians refer to their state in the coast form.
That's right.
High flush shot. for Brooke Roberts. One of our colleagues, Spencer Mosier, is also from Florida. And he said the same thing one day on a broadcast. And he referred to, I forgot a particular city, but he
East
said it was
Coast,
on the
West Coast.
Coast.
I mean, we're allowed to say that because we do have both. I'm from the Southeast Coast, which would be Miami. We're in our own little world down there. You're the furthest from me, Curtis.
Shot here for Allen after Roberts got that 9 to fall. Looking for a double, needs some help. And right now the 3-6.
A little left to target. Didn't pay full price, so to speak. I mean, 3-6 is most certainly makeable spare.
For Allen, mentioning that she started her collegiate career at McKendree, then on to Jacksonville State, and finished it at Vanderbilt as a graduate transfer. Had 2 national titles and a regional appearance, or a 3rd regional appearance, or 4th, I should say. One of the more decorated players we've seen collegiately. And probably someone who didn't get, I think, probably enough credit for just really how good she is. And when you on some great squads, obviously at McKendree, at Jacksonville State, at Vanderbilt, all of those rosters collectively filled
fantastic
with talent. But when you looked at the stats and the numbers, average, spare percentage, all the things that separate elite players at the NCAA level, she was always in the top 10.
You take that any day.
Good break.
Really good break.
7 pin.
7 was late to fall.
It was questionable.
Yeah. So at this point, you know, she might be having that conversation in her head of, okay, last 2 shots have gone high. And question, is it me or is it now the ball and my alignments? You know, kind of making those fine-tune adjustments because, you know, Brooke's pretty much in the pocket. You know, maybe a little bit high, but I think they're both seeing that. Whoever can kind of make those adjustments quicker, capitalize, I think he'll catch that double early on.
All right.
Another good spare.
There's the spare shooting on display. Get ourselves the makings of a fantastic championship match. At the moment, Roberts holds a small lead. Brooke hopped on the plane. She flew here. Mom is here as well. Often see her parents around at various events. Push.
Looked like she might have moved a little bit, but same result. 4-pin. Nice conversion. Close match here. 2 pins.
Well, both players certainly seem to have a great understanding of what the lanes are asking of them. Especially Brooke, you know, as the top seed, right? She only gets a few shots in between matches, and then a couple of shots, obviously, for her own match. And so, you know, Izzy certainly would have full command as someone who started in the opening match at this point. But when you've been successful throughout the day with this bowling ball,
Yeah, it's kind of hard to waver from that, right?
and there's no need.
Yeah, I mean, she's right there in the pocket. Just, you know, have to make either a slight adjustment to her speed or her angle itself. Either one of those adjustments could essentially just get her ball just a little further down the lane.
Maybe after the ball change on the right lane. Zen 25. Of course, a much cleaner piece, certainly in comparison to the Ion Max.
Yeah, and it looks like her Ion Max is a pin down layout, and her Zen 25 is a pin up. So it obviously just puts the core in a different position. But I like the change, and I feel like for her, you know, she's kind of grinded her way through these matches, which is sometimes what we have to do. But now is the time to be aggressive. And I know she had a chat here with Josie. They probably talked through that change and why it might be important.
To be the first player in this match to double. Bang. Oh,
and
no.
The grip flew out.
In the same ball.
In the same ball. It sure did. I think we might be changing that grip after this match.
She actually said it was the third time. I don't know if it's the third time today. We know of at least two times.
Two times,
We've
for
seen
sure.
it both. Or the last two, if you will.
But interesting enough, it stays on her hand. You know, we
Yeah,
discussed that as well.
that
You
is
often
the
see
best
grips jumping over lanes when they fly out.
That's the best part. She still has the grip. Can she finish the match with said bowling ball and the grip? That's the question. Meanwhile, Roberts, that is left. And 310. And of course, not too many people enjoy this conversion or split as well.
Right. You almost have to envision that the 6 is with it and try and shoot it that way. It's a tough visual because obviously it's not there, but essentially you would want to shoot it identically.
Well, we'll take it.
Or that way, you know?
I will never not take that. Right there.
Absolutely. I see a spare up there, and that's that.
Brooke going to her bag of tricks.
Looks like we may be seeing a ball change. She did get her little tool out. Might be switching to her DNA coil,
Good replay of that conversion.
which is exactly what she's doing. So
There's
these are
the
the 2
tool.
balls she did tell me worked for her earlier.
Both players making ball changes in the back half of this match when it's winning time.
Yeah, you don't ever want to have a match where you wonder what if. You know, you want to make that change and commit to it.
Boy, similar to Jessica Ernest making the ball change on the left lane. Looks like a good shot. And then, of course, just a little bit cleaner. Sees the friction.
Sees it a lot quicker. So when we say that, you know, your ball's making that transition. And obviously, rather just the 4-pin, the 10 is with it. And not something you want late in the game.
Give it a run. Oh, Brooke Roberts.
With the spare.
Well done.
Very stoic.
Keeps
She
herself
knows she
in the
needs
match.
it, but she's still alive.
She made the 310.
Let's check out that.
and the
I mean, that's
410.
as good as it gets, people.
The 310 and the 410 in back-to-back frames.
That's impressive.
I mean, that's a bingo card. It's unbelievable.
It really is. Very hard to do.
Allen grip, maybe 4-pin. And the grip looks like it's in the bowling ball, hopefully. It's not on
It
her
is.
finger.
It is. She did not come walking back with it. Although I'm sure it's in her mind to, you know, please stay in the ball, please stay in the ball.
How can that kind of thing mess with you mentally?
Oh, just for exactly what I said. You know, it literally came out the frame before. It came out a couple games ago. So there's obviously some underlying issue. If maybe the hole's too big or there's not enough glue or combination of whatever. You know, maybe she'll fix it when all is said and done.
First things first, the spare. She will handle. I'm sure she's got plenty of former teammates, certainly still friends across the country and certainly the world, as she is an international player, of course, hailing from England. Watching right now and rooting on Isabel Allen. And of course, her current group, as she is on the coaching staff with Vanderbilt, watching, I'm sure, as well. This is a good one. Uh-oh, we've got some open play. People, it's 5:30. They're like, what's the deal, SBC?
That's right.
I'm ready to bowl.
There's cars in the parking lot. Why can't I bowl?
9-pin match.
It's going to come down to these two frames.
The foundation. 4-pin again.
Good shot.
That was a very aggressive shot, I thought.
It really is, and you can see that difference in just the body language and just the commitment to it. You know, that this ball is going to shape off the spot, which it clearly does. It sees the friction a lot more than the ball she was using previously.
More similarities in the step ladder final. Another match. Of course, because Allen did not strike there, Brooke Roberts can step up and win it outright in the 9th and 10th frames. Brooke right now staring at the max score of 217.
So right now she's in the driver's seat. So she can shut out Izzy by, it looks like, 2 pins.
Yeah, strike in the 9th, first 2 in the 10th, and 9.
Now I'm going to have to think her last 3 shots on this lane have gone high, that she's going to move. And she's going with the DNA coil, which she did change to.
Peel ball. Oh, nicely done there. 7-pin goes late.
There's no reward without risk. And like you
Good
mentioned,
lesson.
they both changed balls later in the game, which is difficult to do and commit to. But literally, we have a title on the line. So I would rather lose and feel like I gave it everything I had than hang my head over, man, I shoulda, woulda, coulda.
2 strikes and 9 for the shutout. Needs the first. Push ball.
Went high again. Set up for the spare here. Sure, she has shot this many times.
Right, strike gets it to 197.
And then we need a mark from Isabel to seal the deal.
Allen talked about wanting to control the pocket from the position to be able to run the ladder and make spares. And she has done both of those things she will have the opportunity to seal the deal.
Well, great showing from Brooke. Now she's got to sit and wait and see what her fate has in store. But of course, if you're joining late, her 2 split conversions were the 310 followed immediately by the 410 to keep her alive. So right now, Izzy's in the driver's seat here. Any mark to win.
For a regional championship. Maybe. There it is. Isabel Allen. That's the
That's a winner right
mathematical
there.
items away from firmly capturing the Greater Nashville Regional. Well, you don't see many titles won on messengers, but
Check that out. That was
today's the day.
I don't know if that was the head pin off the sidewall, but whew, she's happy she doesn't have to shoot it. That's all I'm telling you right now. Because those become harder and harder.
I don't believe she missed a makeable in these 3 matches.
I would agree with you, but you never know.
Wow. I tell you, that looks like a player, Steph, who obviously learning on the job, right? This level still new, but she's picked up a lot of skills across her time at McKendree, Jacksonville State, and Vanderbilt. But I feel like she learned something about not only herself, but again, just navigating the equipment choices here today.
It's a perfect example that had she stuck with the other ball, the outcome may have been flipped. We don't know that, of course, but this ball obviously made her feel more comfortable, more aggressive.
She could throw it away slightly from the pocket.
She could get away with it a little more, which is what any bowler wants. So hats off to Isabel, climbing the ladder.
2025 PWBA Greater Nashville Champion, Miss Isabel Allen.
Brooke Roberts will take second. So she's got a first and a second in a couple of shows.
Runner-up, Miss Brooke Roberts.
We will have Isabel in the booth here. Curtis Von Kruger, our producer, fantastic on the our shots and replays. How about Izzy Allen getting it done? Thank you to Caleb Smiley, also assisting us here, getting ready for our on-lane interview. Well, you see Caleb doing his thing, so you know we're not joking.
Oh.
And there we are. And here we are. All right. First of all, Izzy, can you hear us?
Yes.
All right. So congratulations.
Thank you.
First and foremost, you are a PWBA regional champion. When you hear that now and it's a reality, how does that make you feel after completing and running the ladder like you thought you might?
It honestly feels really great because I only live 20 minutes from here, so it's like so convenient. But honestly, it does feel really great. Yeah. thankful to participate in things like that.
It was fun to watch.
Yeah.
What do you attest to that whole, walk us through from beginning to end, right? From back here, it didn't look like you were super comfortable at the beginning. Okay.
Nervous.
So walk us through that. I think you used a ball you hadn't used during qualifying,
Yes.
if I'm correct. So just walk us through your thought process.
So when we started, obviously the nerves were there. And when I get nervous, like my feet tend to like run, which causes like, you know, over the toe kind of thing. But like once I settled down and like found my feet, it kind of got easier. And
it looked like you were settling in as the games went on. You were kind of clawing your way through them, which was great.
Yes.
You know, keeping the ball in play, making your spares, which is what we always tell everybody. But then a critical ball change in game 3.
Yes.
So talk us through that, because I know you had a little chat with Josie, and just kind of what was said and what the whole thought process was.
So when in qualifying, I actually made a big jump left with the Zen 25 in game 6, I think it was. And we went based off that with that change, just because it looked like it was just, the Iron Max was just not there anymore. So we thought we'll jump a little bit left, see how it was. Because the 4.9 in the practice, was it the 4.9? It was in the fill of the second game.
Right.
It wasn't terrible, but there still need to be more of a move.
Right.
But yeah, we were just like, if the Iron Max it starts looking not great, we'll just make the jump with the Zen 25.
I think it was a great option. I was happy to see it.
Yeah.
You looked more comfortable, more aggressive, and more you. So that was awesome.
You told Steph earlier, you know, run the step ladder to be able to control the pocket and make spares, which is exactly what you did. Including making a 310 and then a 410 and back-to-back frames. Obviously, you didn't want to leave those things.
No.
But why and how, you know, have you worked on spare shooting? Why is that so important? And where did the excellence of a spare game come from?
Honestly, I think it's just learning to love shooting spares. Like, I've come across so many people that hate spare shooting, and I'm like, if you can change your mindset to loving shooting spares, you'll probably make the majority of them.
Yeah.
I like that.
I attested to like the short game of bowling, like the short game of golf. Like, we're always going to leave them, so we might as well just accept them and move on.
Indeed. All right, we got to get you out of here because someone else needs to talk to you. But last question, of course, with the win, you do get an automatic seeding if you will into match play at the Regional Showdown.
Okay.
Did you consider bowling the Regional Showdown before you participated today?
No.
Okay. Do you know what the Regional Showdown goes, or do you know what the winner gets if you win the Regional Showdown?
No.
Okay.
Well, let's tell her, Emil.
A cash prize and your national touring fees paid for.
Okay.
Entry fees.
Okay.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, that is
better.
amazing.
That is amazing.
So you might now bowl the Regional Showdown.
We will see. Yes. Yes.
We might just pencil it in there because you're an auto.
Yeah. I'll think
work.
about it.
Hey, nice job today.
Thank you.
Truly.
I appreciate that.
All right, that
It's fun to watch.
Isabel
Thank you.
Allen, your champion here at the Greater Nashville Regional. We will we'll let Izzy step out briefly, and so she can get everything else that she needs. We'll cut away. All right, we'll bring Steph back in, and we'll close the show. We've got league that is about to take place here, so we actually need to get moving. So with that said, let's close it out quickly. Stephanie, what were your final thoughts on what we watched today with regard to our stepladder final?
Oh, I love to see it. You know, I love to see the grind. I love to see the shot making, the spare shooting. You know, every bit of it matters. And I think if nothing else, the girls and myself, you know, you just learn a lot about you, and making the adjustments quicker often can result in winning versus losing. So I think if nothing else, that is a big takeaway that Isabel will have from this specific title match.
First regional title certainly won't be her last at the regional or the national level. You will see more of Isabel Allen to come soon. With that said, I want to thank our wonderful staff here, Kayla Smiley, Curtis Von Kruger, I want to thank Robin Graves, Devin Green. Thank you to the Bowling Proprietors Association of America and the BPAA Board, the United States Bowling Congress and the USBC Board, Kegel, the official maintenance provider of the PWBA and the United States Bowling Congress, the wonderful players, and certainly you, the Bowl TV community. For Stephanie Johnson, the 5-time champion and major winner. First, thanks, Steph, for hanging out with us this weekend.
Thanks for having me.
For Curtis Von Krug on the 1s and 2s, and again for Caleb Smiley, my name is Emil Williams Jr. We say so long for now. Congrats again to Isabel Allen of England, the Greater Nashville Regional Champion in 2025. This has been a presentation of said event. You watched it live and only on Bowl TV. And remember, bowling lives here. Good night, folks.